Hey everybody, it's Ashley Bradley, the Intuitive Business Coach. So I wanted to make content this week, so I'm filming this from my living room on my couch, which brings me to the topic of conversation. And I wanted to make a video for moms who have businesses about the need of letting go of perfection. I think letting go of perfection is important for everybody, but specifically this is for moms and kind of that clinging to having things perfect. And I'll just share a little bit of the learnings and the things that I've noticed in my business and how it's changed me as a result. So I will say, if you don't know me or you haven't watched my videos before, I have a 2.5-year-old son, a very hyper toddler boy, and I have another baby that's on the way in about 10 weeks. So I certainly am in the throes of motherhood because I know that there's different stages that I'm not at yet, but I definitely feel like these early years, you're very much in the trenches. What I have noticed, because I definitely tended to do things a lot slower and more meticulously and more planned out before I was a mom, is that the letting go of perfection part has been really critical to me actually getting things done and moving my business forward, at least at this stage in my life. I can't say that I will always do things exactly this way, but right now, ironically, it's the perfect thing, for lack of a better term. It's the perfect thing for me at this point in time to let go of perfection. And so I'll just tell you about some of the ways that I've done it. And this is going to be different for everybody, right? But I think that a lot of times we hold ourselves, if we had a business before being a mom, which I did, although I completely changed my business and all the services that I offer when my son was about 9 months old. But if you had one before and you are now working less to be with your kids more often, which I open my calendar about 25 hours a week, so it's like kind of part-time, but then again, I'm doing things like this and filming this. It's 9:30 at night, so it's like, I can't say that I always stick to a part-time schedule. So I will say I definitely have decided and let go of wearing makeup all the time. So you'll notice a lot of times in my videos that I have either very minimal makeup or no makeup on at all, because that's just real life. And I think that I'm very much about just kind of being and showing up as you are, and that's a part of my life. That's a part of who I am right now. 10 years from now, 5 years from now, next week might be different, but right now that's a part of it. I will say as well, just in terms of posting content, editing, if you do a lot of posts, I have made the decision to not try to be on every single platform, that I just really try to focus on two, YouTube being one of the newer ones for me, because it's challenging if you have limited time to be creating posts or different types of content for everything. One of the reasons that I like YouTube is because it can be just sort of free flow video, that it doesn't have to be creating and editing the image and then writing the content and then having that posted, and that just feels like a lot. So for me personally, I like YouTube. I like doing the lives on Facebook and YouTube, because it's just something that I can do, and I can be myself, and I can show up, and then I just upload it, or it's live and it's already uploaded and it's done. So I think it's important just to do what you enjoy, because you have a lot on your plate. And I think when you have a business and you're a mom, I think what's changed for me and what I've noticed, I don't know about you, is that if I'm doing something and taking time away from my son or my family, I want it to be something that nourishes and really feeds me, that fulfills me and fulfills a different part of my life so that I can feel like a well-rounded person. And so I see anything that's like contributing to my business in that way as well. Not only do I do work that fulfills me and have a business that fulfills me, but anything that I'm doing in terms of my business, even creating content, I really want it to be something that that fulfills me, that I find fun and enjoyable. So I think that's a big part of it. But we're here to talk about perfection, so I feel like we kind of detoured. So I would say as well that I other than like some work that I had a virtual assistant doing, I really don't like edit videos just because I feel like that creates a lot of extra work. And I did have a colleague that told me, she kind of referred to a project we were working on as sort of like the quick and dirty version. And I'm like, well, yeah, like that's how I work all the time now. That's just how I get things done. And I think that I've noticed like different people around me, different coaching colleagues will sometimes they notice like that they feel like I'm very active or that I'm doing a lot of different things or that I've scaled my business very quickly. And I always tell people that it's just really my willingness to like try things and to be okay if it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, then I'm just willing to try something else. And so I think that I have really leaned into this place of like taking action. And as Brene Brown would say, that good enough thing that you did is better than that perfect thing that you never did. And so I think that that's really been my mom like business mantra, is to just do it, get it out there, and to let it be okay, to let it be enough. I definitely try a lot of things that don't always work, or they don't always work right away, and it's not like I never get discouraged. I don't want to play it off as if like, oh, like I just try things and it never phases me if it doesn't work, because sometimes it does and I get bummed out. But I do really think that just that willingness to put something into the world and to not have it be perfect and to just keep taking action is really key. Because let's be honest, it's like if you're a mom and you have a business, you can only do so much. You can only do so much in one day, and you do have to take care of yourself, and you want to do all the things that fulfill you and make you feel like a well-rounded person. And I know that it can feel hard to put something into the world if you feel like it's not like your best, but I think what I'm learning and what I continue to learn is that my best looks different at different points, and that I'd rather put something into the world than nothing at all. And I feel like this video is a good example. I'm like sitting on my couch and my computer's on my lap and it's like shaking around, and there's like weird overhead lighting that's giving me like weird face shadows and like kind of like accentuating my double chin right now. But to me, I feel like I have to look at what's most important to me. And ultimately, if it's something that aligns with my greater vision, my purpose, and I think for me, I always think when I become like mega rich, like the one thing that I get really excited about is just being able to create more content, like having other people that like follow me around and like film stuff and edit it and just let me put more content into the world to make just an impact for more people to be impacted each day with what I'm doing. And so I let it be okay, and I just remove myself from the equation and my own preferences if it's honoring the bigger picture. That I think that you can easily get past that perfection piece if you just take yourself out of the equation and remember why you're doing what you're doing. So I'll leave it at that. I feel like I jumped around a little bit, but hopefully you got something out of it. Bye, everyone.